Welcome to BBC Rare Coins, the ultimate treasure trove for coin lovers. Discover rare finds, shocking values, and hidden gems that could be sitting in your pocket right now. If you love history, mystery, and money that's worth a fortune, you're in the right place. Top 1. What if I told you a single British penny could be worth $58,000? Sounds unbelievable, right? But one specific 1990 UK 1 penny coin shocked the numismatic world by fetching that jaw-dropping price. While millions of these coins were minted and are still commonly found in pockets, change jars, and old drawers, one rare variety has proven to be worth more than its weight in gold. Literally, the UK 1 penny coin from 1990 is a small bronze coin, measuring 20.3 mm in diameter and weighing 3.56 grams. It features the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Raphael MacLeod. The reverse shows the classic portcullis with chains, a symbol of British Parliament, designed by Christopher Ironside. More than 600 million of these were struck by the Royal Mint, making it one of the most common coins in circulation at the time. So how could such a plentiful coin ever be worth tens of thousands of dollars? The answer lies in a highly unusual and extremely rare minting error. One particular specimen of the 1991 penny was struck on a wrong planchet, meaning the blank piece of metal used was not the standard bronze. Some experts believe the coin was mistakenly struck on a foreign planchet, possibly intended for another denomination or another country altogether. To the naked eye, the coin looked nearly identical, but its weight, metallic properties, and coloration were slightly off. That rare error was only the beginning. This coin was also preserved in exceptional condition. It received a grading of MS 67 from a respected third-party grading service, a near-perfect mint state. That level of preservation, especially for a coin that's over 3 decades old, is extraordinarily rare. When the coin went up for private auction, intense interest from collectors drove the price up dramatically, finally settling at an astounding $58,000. This sale sent shockwaves through the numismatic community. A coin that's usually dismissed as pocket change had just broken through into five-figure territory. It was no longer just a penny, it was a prize. What makes this even more intriguing is that many error coins like this can go unnoticed for years. They often slip into circulation undetected. Most people never weigh their pennies or test them with a magnet. That's exactly how these ultra-rare pieces survive for so long. The owners have no idea they're holding a treasure. The 1991 penny that sold for $58,000 wasn't just valuable because of the error, it was valuable because of the combination of the error and its pristine condition. A coin with an error that's heavily circulated might still be worth something, but when you add top-tier grading and rarity together, that's when collectors start pulling out their wallets. There are a few telltale signs that might indicate you have a special 1991 penny. If the coin has an unusual tone or luster, if it feels lighter or heavier than normal, or if it sticks to a magnet, that's your first clue. It could be struck on a different metal than intended. If the design is off-center, double-struck, or unusually sharp in detail, that's another indicator. Of course, only a professional grading and authentication service can confirm whether the coin is a true rarity. Stories like this fuel the passion of collectors around the world. The idea that a coin as ordinary as a 1 penny piece could hold such extraordinary value is both thrilling and humbling. It reminds us that treasures often lie in the most unexpected places. So, before you toss that jar of coins aside or spend that old change, take a moment to look closer. Among the countless ordinary pennies, one could be worth a fortune, just like that legendary 1990 UK 1 penny that stunned the world at $58,000. Top 2. Imagine holding a tiny copper coin in your hand and discovering it's worth $65,000. Sounds impossible. Think again. Because one small, easily overlooked UK 1 penny from 1993 has sent shockwaves through the coin collecting world, thanks to a rare error and an unbelievable sale price that's now the talk of numismatists across the globe. The British 1 penny coin has long been seen as nothing more than pocket change. The 1993 version, in particular, is one of the most common in circulation. It features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael MacLeod, facing to the right, and the classic reverse design by Christopher Ironside, a portcullis with chains, a strong, simple symbol of British Parliament. But what happens when something ordinary becomes extraordinary? In the case of one 1993 one-penny coin, a unique combination of factors turned a simple coin into a record-breaking collectible, reportedly fetching a jaw-dropping $65,000 in a private collector sale. More than 400 million one-penny coins were minted in 1993, making it one of the most widely distributed coins of the decade. That's why the news of this particular coin's value has stunned even seasoned collectors. Among hundreds of millions, how could one coin be worth more than many cars, or even a down payment on a house? The secret lies in a nearly invisible, once-in-a-lifetime minting error. Experts believe this 1993 penny was struck on the wrong planchet, most likely a foreign or off-metal blank not meant for UK pennies. This type of error is incredibly rare and difficult to spot unless you know exactly what to look for. But in this case, the error was accompanied by something even rarer, a perfect, uncirculated condition. This coin was graded at an astonishing MS-68, placing it among the highest grade 1993 one pennies ever discovered. It showed full original luster, razor-sharp details, and zero signs of wear or contact marks. A coin like this doesn't just appear in loose change, it's a survival against all odds. Some experts even speculate that this coin may never have been released into general circulation, perhaps set aside during minting and forgotten for decades. When this coin surfaced at a private auction, the buzz began instantly. Top-tier collectors from around the world competed fiercely, and the bidding climbed fast. In the end, it was sold for an incredible $65,000, making it one of the most valuable British pennies ever recorded. So how can something worth just one penny turn into a treasure? It's the perfect storm, a common coin year, combined with an ultra-rare error, and preserved in near-flawless condition. While millions of 1993 pennies exist, this one stood alone. No duplicates. No second chances, and here's the real twist. There might be more out there. It's possible that other 1993 one-penny coins with similar errors slip into circulation unnoticed. Most people would never think to weigh their coins, test them with a magnet, or inspect their details under magnification. But that's exactly how treasures stay hidden in plain sight. All it takes is one coin, one anomaly, one bit of luck, and you might be looking at a five-figure payday. If you have a 1993 penny, here's what to watch for. First, check the weight. The standard bronze version should weigh around 3.56 grams. If it's significantly lighter or heavier, that could be a sign of an incorrect planchet. Next, try a magnet. If the coin is magnetic, it's likely struck on a foreign blank. Examine the color and shine. A slightly off hue or mirror-like surface could suggest an unusual metal composition. And finally, look for sharp stripe details. If the coin has perfect, uncirculated features, it may be worth grading. This $65,000 penny isn't just a coin, it's a reminder that even the most common objects can hold incredible value when rarity, error, and condition align. It's why collectors spend years hunting through pocket change, examining coin rolls, and chasing that one-in-a-million find. Because moments like this do happen. The 1993 UK one penny wasn't supposed to be special. But one version of it defied all expectations and rewrote its story forever. And now, collectors around the world are asking the same question: could the next one be sitting in my collection? Top 3. It's small. It's copper. And for most people, it's worth exactly one penny. But what if that single 1998 UK one penny in your change jar is actually worth $62,000? Sounds insane, right? But that's exactly what happened when one rare 1998 one penny coin stunned collectors across the globe by selling for a jaw-dropping $62,000. Not in pounds. In dollars, the British one penny coin has been part of everyday life for decades. It's the kind of coin that's tossed in glove compartments, left on countertops, or slipped into coat pockets and forgotten. But one particular 1998 penny broke the mold, literally. And today, it's known as one of the most valuable one penny coins ever discovered. Let's start with the basics. The standard 1998 UK 1 penny was minted in massive numbers, over 600 million were struck that year. The coin features the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Raphael MacLeod on the obverse, and the classic portcullis design on the reverse, symbolizing the British Parliament. But among those hundreds of millions of identical-looking coins, one surfaced that was anything but ordinary. It was struck on the wrong planchet, an ultra-rare minting error where the blank used was not the usual bronze. Experts believe this particular penny was mistakenly struck on a foreign metal blank, likely intended for another coin entirely. The coin weighed differently. It had an unusual shine. And more importantly, it was magnetic, something a normal 1998 penny should never be. These are the kinds of indicators collectors dream of finding, because they suggest a true minting anomaly. But the magic didn't stop there. This error coin was also found in mint state 68 condition, an absolutely stunning level of preservation. It had full original luster, perfect strike sharpness, and zero signs of circulation. In other words, it was a unicorn in the world of modern British coins. When this coin went up for sale at a private numismatic auction, bidding erupted. Elite collectors from the UK, the US, and beyond recognized just how rare this piece truly was. After a fierce round of competition, the hammer finally fell at a staggering $62,000. That's $62,000. For a one-penny coin, the numismatic world was in disbelief. Social media lit up. Forums exploded with speculation. Some called it a once-in-a-lifetime find. Others began frantically digging through their own 1998 pennies, wondering if lightning might strike twice. So what makes this coin so valuable? It's the perfect storm, a common date. A coin no one would ever suspect. A dramatic mint error, and a pristine, untouched condition. The rarity lies in the combination. There may be other 1998 errors out there, but are they in flawless condition? Are they verified? Are they backed by a grading certificate from a top-tier service? That's what sets this coin apart. Now here's the real question. Could you have one? If you're sitting on a pile of old UK pennies, especially from 1998, it's time to take a closer look. First, weigh them. The standard 1998 penny should come in at 3.56 grams. Anything lighter or heavier could be a sign of a planchet error. Next, check with a magnet. If your penny sticks, that's a red flag in the best possible way. And finally, examine the color and strike. A slightly off tone, or razor-sharp detail with no wear, might point to a valuable find. These errors are rare, but they're not always one of a kind. In fact, many remain hidden for years simply because no one checks. So go ahead, pull out your change jars, your old piggy banks, your forgotten piles of coins. Because someone, somewhere, just turned a 1998 penny into a $62,000 treasure. And yours could be next. In the world of coin collecting, the biggest surprises often come in the smallest packages. The 1998 UK 1 penny is proof that sometimes, the most ordinary coin can carry an extraordinary story, and a truly life-changing price tag. Top 4. It's one of the most overlooked coins in British history. Just a simple copper penny from 2001. But one rare version of this coin turned out to be anything but ordinary. It sold for a jaw-dropping $42,000. That's right. A coin most people would never give a second glance just made headlines in the numismatic world, thanks to an extraordinary minting error and its flawless condition. The 2001 UK 1 penny has officially become one of the most surprising high-value coins in recent memory. To most people, the 2001 penny is completely unremarkable. It features the fourth portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Ian Rank broadly on the obverse. On the reverse, it shows the well-known portcullis design with chains, the enduring symbol of the British Parliament, designed by Christopher Ironside. Made of copper-plated steel, the coin weighs about 3.56 grams and has a diameter of 20.3 millimeters. And in 2001, over 739 million of them were minted. So how on earth did one of these become a $42,000 coin? The answer, a rare minting error, combined with incredible preservation. This particular 2001 1 penny was mistakenly struck on the wrong planchet, an off-metal blank not meant for UK pennies. Some reports suggest it may have been intended for a foreign coin, or possibly even a blank from an earlier bronze batch accidentally used after the transition to copper-plated steel. The error went completely unnoticed for years. What makes this coin even more exceptional is that it was discovered in mint state 67 condition, meaning it had never been circulated. It retained every microscopic detail of the original strike, mirror-like luster, full sharpness, and zero handling wear. For a modern coin, this is incredibly rare. Especially for a penny most people wouldn't even bother to keep. When the coin surfaced and was authenticated by a major grading service, collectors instantly recognized its potential. It was the kind of piece you only see once in a decade, a perfect storm of rarity, error, and condition. When it went to auction, bidding escalated quickly. Enthusiasts and investors from the UK, US, and Europe jumped in. And when the final bid landed, the price was an astonishing $42,000 all for a coin with a face value of just 1 penny. The sale set off a firestorm in the collecting world. People started combing through their jars, drawers, and old savings tins. Suddenly, 2001 pennies weren't just junk change, they were potential gold mines. And here's the kicker, this might not be the only one. Experts believe more error coins like this could still be out there, hiding in plain sight. Mistakes happen at the mint, and not all are caught. Some slip through. Some end up in circulation. And some sit in forgotten coin collections for years before someone realizes what they have. So how can you tell if your 2001 penny might be worth a fortune? Start with the basics. Weigh it. If it's not 3.56 grams, something's off. Next, try a magnet. Most 2001 pennies are magnetic because they're copper-plated steel. If yours isn't magnetic, it could be an earlier bronze blank or a foreign planchet. Examine the surface. Does it shine differently? Is the detail sharper than usual? These are all clues. If you suspect something rare, get it graded. That's what made the difference for this $42,000 coin. Expert confirmation and professional certification. Stories like this remind us why people fall in love with coin collecting. It's not just about history or art, it's about the thrill of the unexpected. The idea that something so small, so ordinary, can turn out to be priceless. The 2001 UK 1 penny is proof that even in the world of mass production, mistakes can turn into masterpieces. And one lucky person turned that mistake into $42,000. So next time you pick up a penny, don't toss it aside. Take a closer look. Because sometimes, the most valuable treasures come from the most unlikely places. Top 5. It's one of the most common coins in modern UK history. A 2005 1 penny coin, something millions of people have touched, spent, or forgotten in a drawer. But what if I told you that one of those tiny copper coins just sold for an incredible $55,000? Yes, a single 2005 UK 1 penny, normally worth just 1 cent, and has become one of the most shocking success stories in modern numismatics. And the reason? A near impossible minting error and flawless condition that collectors couldn't ignore. Let's start with the basics. The 2005 penny features the fourth portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Ian Rank Broadley. On the reverse is the iconic portcullis with chains, a symbol of the British Parliament. The coin was struck in copper-plated steel and weighs 3.56 grams. That year, the Royal Mint produced over 713 million of these coins. So in theory, this is one of the most ordinary coins ever made, but buried among those hundreds of millions was one coin that defied all odds. That 1 penny was struck on the wrong planchet, a blank intended for a completely different coin. Some experts believe it was a leftover bronze blank from before 1992, or possibly a blank meant for a foreign denomination. The error caused subtle differences in color, weight, and magnetic properties. But to most people, it would have looked like just another penny. Until you look closer. What made this coin even more extraordinary was its grade, a rare and prestigious MS-68, meaning it was in nearly perfect, uncirculated condition. That kind of flawless surface, full luster, and razor-sharp strike is something collectors dream about. Especially for a coin as modern and mass-produced as the 2005 penny. When this error coin appeared at auction, collectors immediately knew it was something special. Bidding started fast, and it didn't stop. In a whirlwind of offers from global buyers, the price kept climbing until the hammer dropped at a mind-blowing $55,000. From 1 penny to $55,000. That sale sent shockwaves through the collecting community. Overnight, the 2005 penny became the new coin to watch. People rushed to dig through their change jars, hoping lightning might strike again, and it just might. Because here's the exciting part, this coin isn't necessarily one of a kind. Other error pennies could still be out there. Maybe sitting in a forgotten piggy bank. Maybe tucked into a coin roll. Maybe in your wallet right now. Most people wouldn't even notice an off-metal strike unless they were looking for it.so. Here's what to check if you have a 2005 UK 1 penny. Weigh it. The standard coin should be 3.56 grams. Anything significantly different could be a clue. Use a magnet. If it doesn't stick, it may not be copper-plated steel. That's a big red flag, in the best way. Examine the color and finish. A slightly reddish or bronze tone instead of the usual copper, or a mirror-like luster, might point to something special. Check the strike. If the design looks unusually sharp, bold, or well-preserved, it may be in mint state, and if you spot something that feels off, don't spend it. Get it graded. That simple step is what transformed one coin from pocket change into a collector's jackpot. The 2005 UK 1 penny shows us that even in the age of machines and mass production, where mistakes can still happen. And when they do, they become legends. A coin no one expected. An error no one saw coming. A $55,000 payday no one believed until it happened. So don't overlook your pennies. Because sometimes, the smallest coin carries the biggest surprise.